Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Urmila Subba. I am the community manager at StartupLanes. I am thrilled to welcome you all to this virtual event focused on networking in the business world, hosted by StartupLanes. Today, we gather here, connected through technology, to explore the limitless possibilities that networking presents for our ventures. Startup Lanes is an ecosystem for startups with the core objectives of raising funds for them. Startup Lanes operates in 56 cities spread across 15 countries. Our platform is a startup for startups that aims to facilitate learning, growth, and funding. We take pride in being the only platform for startups that can validate their ideas. At Startup Lanes, our mission and vision are to accelerate startups and develop India's startup ecosystem by generating 1 million jobs for Bharat. Till date, we have successfully funded 385 crore to 129 plus startups with a 100% success rate. The agenda of this exclusive event of networking is to enable founders to connect with a vast and diverse community of entrepreneurs, industry experts, investors, and potential partners. This expands their reach beyond their network and opens up opportunities for collaboration and growth. Networking goes beyond the exchange of business cards or connecting on social media platforms. It is all about building genuine connection and cultivating mutually beneficial partnership. It is through this connection that we open doors to new opportunities, gain valuable insights, and broaden our horizons. I encourage you all to introduce yourself and share a bit about your background and your venture. This will not only allow us to create a sense of community, but also provide an opportunity for networking and collaboration among participants. Please do share what is your requirements and what you can offer to the community. Feel free to highlight any particular areas or interests that you would like to connect with others about. Additionally, if there's any specific question you'd like fellow participants to help you with, please mention that as well. I request you all to switch on your camera so this session seems more interactive and we'll be sharing the clip of your introduction. Okay, I would request Mr. Ankit Jain to come forward and introduce yourself.
Yeah, hi, thanks. I'm Ravi Kiran. I'm actually a CA and an MBA. I currently head the business at Pesca Fresh. It's a D2C startup based out of Mumbai. We are currently present in 5 cities. And yeah, so I am an expert in finance, sales, operations. I've been CFO for almost 7 years, been an operations head for over 5 years, now been business head for the last 4 years. I've been and vastly experienced into manufacturing and heavily now into last mile and D2C. So happy to help anyone in the zone and very nice to be on this platform today.
Thank you, Mr. Ravikiran. Do you have any requirements at the moment? Hi, Nazmur.
Hi.
Okay. Yeah, please
I'm
introduce.
sorry. I was just busy with another person. I couldn't actually, probably you knocked me. I couldn't actually reply to you.
Oh, thank you.
Is there anything I can actually do?
Okay. I want you to introduce yourself.
Oh,
And
okay.
what is your requirement at the moment and what you can offer to the community?
Okay. The reason actually I entered into this meeting is to just, I'm from Bangladesh. I'm not from India. I would like to actually have some idea about the startups in your community and how I can actually support these startups if they want to actually expand their markets outside India, especially with Bangladesh. That's what I just wanted to know. And I just wanted to have some sort of idea about the works being done by the startups.
Well, this will not be my field of expertise, but Startup Lanes do funds for startups and we can connect over call for the same. But meanwhile, I would request you to introduce yourself. And if you're into business and any requirements and any services you are providing, please do let us know.
Yeah, I am a banker. I used to work for a local bank over here, Bragg Bank. What I am interested in is to actually have some sort of, services on the call center using AI, the voice kind of, AI usage. If any startup is actually working over there, that will be my point of, interaction.
Okay, thank you. So I would like to call Mr. Ritesh. Please come forward and introduce yourself. Meanwhile, who can go forward with Vishal? Hi, Vishal.
So I'm here just for having a conversation with other guys, like what they are doing, what they are. We are also having a startup in interiors and construction business. Recently, we are going to start another startup. So having a little bit of idea and getting explored by another ideas of this entire team over here. So that is my criteria. Like that is the purpose of myself to be here.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for joining the session.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, now we'll move forward with Pawan. Hi, Pawan.
Everybody, this is Pawan. I build mobile apps. I have a IT consultancy where we provide services around mobile apps. So we built an app called 1234. That's for people who wants to. It's like a game where you play it casually and you'll be able to learn new languages. And I'm looking for raising funds. So the app has already like 5,000 downloads in Android, and we're working with iOS, and yeah,
Okay.
that's about.
Okay, sure. Thank you. Okay, I request all our participants to kindly drop your number and Gmail. We'll be forwarding the clip of the introduction to you. So we have a Symphony Kids Music and Movement.
Hello.
Hi, good afternoon.
Hi there. Good afternoon. Sorry, I just joined in. So, could you tell me what is expected of me?
Okay, I would request you to kindly give a brief introduction about yourself, what you can offer to the community, and what is your requirement at the moment from the community.
All right. Okay. So my name is Purvi, and I live in Ahmedabad, and I'm running a music and movement program for parents and children, as well as just for children. The age range of children is 6 months to 8 years, and what I do is when the parents get together, we listen to good quality music, we listen to nursery rhymes, we sing nursery rhymes, old ones, and there are a lot of new ones. And I also give creative movements to several songs, several folk songs, and also give musical instruments to children to hold in their hands and to move to the rhythm of the song that is being played. So that is mainly the focus in the 1 to 3 years age group. 3.5 to 5.5 focus is more on developing a pulse and a steady beat, how they pick that up, and also enjoyment, to language and rhythm. And then 5 to 8 years is more on rhythm and steady beat again, and pulse and pitches, highs and lows. So yeah, that could go on. Currently, what I'm looking at is spreading this program further, especially as now that preschools are standalone preschools are in danger. There's so much of a confusion regarding the age range of children, whatever. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm looking to expand.
Yeah. So I think we can connect over call regarding the same. Thank you for
Okay.
introducing. Now
Thank-
we have, yeah, please go ahead.
No, I said thank you.
Oh, thank you. Okay, kindly drop your mobile number and your mail ID in the chat box. That will be helpful. Sure. Thank you.
Sure, I'll do that. Yeah.
Okay, next we have Mr. Arjun. Arjun, kindly come forward and introduce yourself. Do mention what is your requirement and what you can offer to the community.
I am a CEO of a company known as Horizon X. We specialize in UI UX design, website designs, and I'm also React, and we have got all full stack developer and people like that. Now we are trying to expand our base, and we have got already 5 clients. Now we are trying to expand. So yeah, that's what we do actually. So we make sorry for that. We make websites for people, and we also are trying to expand our horizons with digital marketing. And yeah, I think that's a brief introduction. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any requirements that our community can offer?
Yeah, if there is any requirement for your websites in your community, please let me know. I will be happy to help you. And think so. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. We will be talking on how to improve employee retention. I request Mr. Ravi Kiran to take over the platform to share your knowledge with the participants.
Yeah, thank you. And I think it's a honor to be on this kind of a platform and sharing my insights. If you can just allow me to screen share, I just have some points to share on a small PPT, which I can bring across. Right. So I think we are focusing on two key things. I think I would like to focus more on employee retention and then obviously in turn get on to customers. But I think this is probably one of the most biggest key points or pain points most of the organizations have. It's tough for people to either maintain staff. So one of the key reasons why people resign or look for alternative jobs. So obviously one is the foremost inadequate probably salaries or benefits. They feel either they've worked too much or there is less support or they have limited career advancement. They feel that the kind of profile they're in, the upward movement is not going to happen, or they're looking for a better work-life balance, or there is lack of recognition. This is also a major concern that most of them have. I've worked too much, but my manager is not recognizing me. There is boredom, the same kind of monotonous job. A lot of people refer it to a donkey job being done, or they're unhappy with management, concerned about the company's direction or the financial health. Probably today, most of the ecosystem is facing this kind of concern. Then you have the company culture, which is also which plays a pivotal role in how the job goes on, and desire to make a change. I mean that's something that always keeps on happening, and or you get a better opportunity. So I think these are the key probably reasons. I think list down why there is issue in terms of employee retention, and how I have able to maintain a larger team. In my 15 plus, 20 plus year career, I have a very good core team wherever I've worked for over 5 to 6 years. So I think first an important journey that I learned when I was in PwC, that we used to have a very good onboarding and orientation program. So I think this is the most important part, where there is a specific orientation done, and then they understand every nook and corner of the organization. Then there is a job specific KRI or a KRA defined, given to them, explained that this is what is expected out of them. Many a times we as employers don't we employ someone, we expect he will do this, but then actually end of the day you find he's not. So this actually sets the tone as to what is the expectation that you are expecting from an employee, and what is the expectation that the employee's expectation will be met by the organization as well. So both sides, there is clarity. And then obviously you have a proper description of employee compensation, the perks. Let's say many people don't have a proper leave policy. Let's say you have, how do you manage the gratuity benefits, the PF? These are all small things, but then a clarity at the time of joining is there. If you see that the successful people who've had, a large employee base, or have retained a significant chunk, is either having a very good communication, A. And second is there is continuous feedback. Without that, it's very difficult. So like in my organization currently, when I joined what, a year and a half back, we never had employee feedbacks. So even though it's more almost a 10-year-old company, it was like a 6 monthly. So I immediately changed it to a monthly feedback. So there is monthly feedback being shared with the team, plus a rating being given, and also points being listed out what is expected. So you have your sheet. These were the activities you had to do on daily basis, weekly basis, fortnightly basis, and what are the activities you've been doing. So there is no ambiguity at some stage that, sir, aapne ye bola tha, you had told me to do this, but I was doing this. So if you're doing something away from your domain, let's say, that also comes into the picture on the first month itself. You don't wait for 3 months or 6 months where you end up not there, right? So that is the key element I feel, which I have learned and then I have integrated in my organization currently. And there is a need for wellness programs. What happens in an environment which is like ours, which is a T2C and a B2B, there is heavy, pressure in terms of performance and in terms of volume. So to maintain that, you need constant employees to be at a very good mental state. So a wellness offering is something that needs to be done. But this, I think, could be based on the startup level that is there. It could be simple a meditation program on a monthly basis or a fortnightly basis. So simple things can also be there. It need not be a very expensive part, but that really sets a tone. Another biggest thing is obviously recognition. Most of the people, even let's say me, I want my boss to appreciate, whether it is in front of everyone or at least in the cabin within the core team, that whatever you've done, thank you, you achieved. It could be a very small thing, it could be a very big thing. Sometimes these small things actually play a very big role. So it's important to recognize. If there is a reward associated with it which you can give, we should give. So the reward need not be monetary. It could be just be a mere certificate. So for example, in our D2C section, we have performer of the week and performer of the month. So once the performer of the week is done, so the other people in the section are looking forward to, how do we, arey yaar, even I also need that certificate. I also need my name on the board. Ye mujhe bhi chahiye. So if you see the biggest QSRs which are there, let's say the big brands like Domino's, McDonald's, if you see inside, you will find in their section there is someone who's a star performer, someone who has done well. So there is recognition being done. Either they hold something on there, or it's, if you see in Burger King, there is something, a stick on their badge. So this is something, it need not be very big, but the small thing really uplifts. And then that leaderboard is created where you want to be in that zone always. That is something that sets a tone. And then once it's like, the goodness, the good mindset, then it starts spreads. Obviously, yes, a work-life balance. Many people think work-life balance means we should get more work to home or work from home options. So work-life balance need not be that. It could be that you are meeting up, you are not asking them to work for a more longer time. So I always believed in my organization that we should have 9-hour shift, maximum 1 hour is an extension, let's say wherever it is needed. But ideally, you should be able to finish your job in 9 hours and leave the office. So I'm not very fond of sitting late nights. But yes, and the need is there, you're doing. So I think that strictness, ensuring that they use their time efficiently is required. Mentorship is something that I have learned when during both my PwC times, we always had a mentor helping us. So a mentor can be, it could be something where you're guiding them personally or you're sharing the feedback as you're there. But this really helps in any small assignment. Moment you tell the employee that I'm there for you, there is a respect that gets built in, and then automatically you will have that the employee understand that sir is there for me and he's helped me or he'll guide me. So this could even be, ensuring that any problem that he faces, sometimes, because I've gone through, like, we had hired somebody very recently, but she was struggling with the Excel skills. So we just had a training program which we signed them up, and then she's now doing better over the past 3 months. So this comes up when you have someone to speak out, and you're there. One of the biggest problems that I have witnessed is that there is always me, so there is no us. So I think the emphasis is needed to make them feel it's a team, it's a victory of the team. So I don't know whether you've seen yesterday's Mumbai Indians match along with LSG. So Rohit Sharma clearly said that when we were in Wankhede, it is an individual one or two, but a pitch like this requires everyone to chip in. So it has to be a team effort. Then only we can win. So almost everyone did their game. The same thing happened in the previous game where CSK won. Almost everyone scored. It was a very small score, but everyone performed. So once you enjoy each one's performance and in the success the other one has, it brings in a lot of positive vibes. And automatically you are not fighting over, or you're not bringing out others' problems. You're trying to solve those problems and ensuring that it does not suffer a lot. So now let's look at the customer sense, right? So one of the biggest problem that we have is customer retention. Is like a brand like us, D2C, it's so tough, to be honest. And most of the time you'll find that D2C, when let's say if I'm a consumer myself, I am looking for cheaper options all the time. So you, by virtue of it, it's always there. So we believed, or I believe, that it's always better to have transparency in communication. So it could be how you label your pack, or it could also mean that what is the ingredients. Like, for example, there are a lot of ads now going across with palm oil. 2Yum is advertising that there's zero palm oil. So suddenly this is coming into fiction because there is heavy social media information being shared that most of the bhujias, or most of them, so it's all about transparency, right? So if you have those ingredients being shown a little better, then the customer is aware that yes, there is palm oil in it. It was nothing hidden from me, but that's what it is, right? And second way, obviously, is customer experience. It's all about how the customers look and feel is. So we are in a seafood and seafood market, which is into fresh. So obviously, it's a very important part that the product needs to be in that temperature that we promised. It is 0 to 4 across platform. Let's say I'm selling on Instamart, or I'm selling on a Swiggy, or a Zomato, Hyperpure, or let's say if I'm selling on Blinkit. So wherever it is, or whether it is on my own website. So it's important that the quality promise that is there, because ultimately the customer is coming for that quality. He's looking for that quality. So he would be ready to pay a slightly more premium if the quality is controlled and the same promise is being there. Like, for example, we all like McDonald's fries, right? So McDonald's fries, whether I have it in Mumbai, I heard somebody's from Ahmedabad, someone is from Indore. So, or if you go to Dubai or anywhere, you'll find these fries are almost the same. So the experience that you have is exactly the same. So that's where you will bring in, and you have to have. Social media is a powerful tool. So I think it's more and important that you start having more engagements and ensure that the communication that you're doing is being done in the social media on a regular basis. So whether it is a change in packaging or how it looks, and it spreads very fast. So whether it is bad or good, both the things are going to be there. So I think you need to ensure that the communication and you're completely available on every platform of social media, whether it be Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whether it is even YouTube for that matter. We've seen that when you receive something within a hand, or it's just personalized feedback or a thank you note. So I don't know if you have ordered experienced this in Starbucks. So if you, let's say you order a Starbucks coffee, so the brewer will write a thank you note sometimes. If you're a regular customer, they will write your name and say thank you. So some feedback which is there, or it's a smiley face on the coffee on the top. So it is something that really brings you back. It's just the experience. So in fact, when Zepto had launched and they were giving away gifts against, if it's an order even worth even 100 rupees also, you are receiving a gift with 50 rupees, a special box. So when you're giving something in back, I mean, which is personalized in nature, customer feels happy. We're like, yes, this is a brand which is trying to, make me feel, and he understands my importance. And automatically, you will find that you stick to that, and you continue to be buying that product, or you're loyal to that product, which brings a better movement there. And obviously every customer is different, right? So you need to understand specific customer needs, whether it is zone, state, and then accordingly change. It cannot happen that your strategy will remain same for, let's say, a Mumbai or a Bangalore or a Delhi, because the mindsets are different. So you will have to find different methods, understanding the locality, the zone, and based on that, that is it. Obviously the most important thing is what is promised is delivered. So I always tell them that, let's not promise too much which you can't actually deliver. So let's say if you are writing two things, for example, let's say we write fresh, always fresh. So we are writing pesca fresh and always fresh. So we are saying it's fresh. So if you are not going to meet that promise, if it is fresh, then it's devalued, right? So you need to ensure that you promise what you can deliver, and you keep on adding that layer of it. It need not that everything has to come at one go, but ensure that you are you're keeping what is promised. Or if you're not doing something, it's always better not to give, because customers can be very notorious and they can really blow you apart on social media or anywhere else, right? And obviously customer feedback. So I think that's a very, very, very important key. Like for example, you in fact we also ask customers to be called. Let's say every day you have a team member to call up that customer, and then we have a time where we listen to those calls. So let's say when our call center calls up, so we have a period once in a week, we listen to some of the feedback calls, how the customer has said. And if there is a negative feedback, obviously we are going to listen, but even the positive feedbacks, we want to listen what went right for them and what didn't go right. So that is equally important. So I think if we focus on this particular few points, I think we would be at a better path in terms of maybe customer retention or maybe employee retentions. So I think I'm happy to take any questions or any feedback. If you want me to share any of my experiences that are there, so I can. And if you want to connect, I can even share my LinkedIn profile. You can connect with me and on even on LinkedIn, or yeah.
Thank you for sharing such a valuable information. Now we would like to open a forum for our members to ask questions to our speaker. Okay, seems like we have no questions. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Before closing,
Thank you.
StartupLanes is looking for a CBO or a master franchisee of StartupLanes, where you will be eligible for 13% on SL equity by referring startups and investor. Also, we also offered services like social media marketing, CS services, and many more. Please connect with me in case of any requirements. StartupLanes does equity funding and debt funding for the startups. Please feel free to reach out to me in case of any queries or requirements. I'll be happy to assist. Okay, we have new member Parijat Sinha. Hi, Parijat.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. New member in the sense.
New participants.
Yeah, so new in the sense I just joined late. As far as StartupLanes is concerned, I'm pretty old with StartupLanes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I request you to kindly introduce yourself.
I'm based out of Goa, and of course, my journey with StartupLanes started since a long time when I was personally acquainted with Shishi, and I do invest in a large number of the startups that generally come up for the demo days, both through StartupLanes and otherwise. I have a little bit of interest in incubation and helping young entrepreneurs. I was with the Navy and have since leaving the Navy, and basically with the education sector for the last about 10 plus years. So that's my journey.
Thank you. Okay, Vishal. Vishal, we'll get back to you. Okay, so I think we are done with the session. In closing, I would
Thank you. So have a nice day, everyone.
thank you for joining. I request
Thank
everyone
you.
once again to kindly drop your number and your mail ID. Okay, in closing, I would like to express my deepest gratitude to all the participants and speakers who have made this virtual networking event possible. I hope that today's discussion and interaction inspire you to harness the power of networking and embark on a journey of meaningful connection. Startup Lanes will be hosting more online events, and we hope to see you again in the upcoming event. Thank you so much, each and everyone, for taking out your valuable time, and I wish you all a wonderful day ahead. Thank you for joining the session.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you for
Bye.
joining. Bye.